I'm Michael Diamond. This is Muscle Central. Subscribe, turn on your notifications. Okay, the question we're going to ask is, will Nick Walker win the 2023 Arnold Classic, get his second Arnold Classic title? Let me just run through the competitors list as of now. We got 10 competitors. Nick Walker, Sean Clarita, Samson Dowder, Andrew Jack, William Bonac, Big Ramy, Justin Rodriguez, Akeem Williams, Kamala Gardner, and Patrick Moore. Will Nick Walker win his second Arnold? Unless something goes very wrong just before showtime, I can't see anybody at this point that's going to really push Nick that hard. I think that when he walks out on stage, I think he's going to be presenting a package that the judges are going to have a pretty good idea in their head already that they're probably looking at the winner. And that's no disrespect to anyone else that's going to be on stage. Now, I don't think Nick is going to be any bigger than he was in the Olympia. I think he's going to be bringing a pretty similar package to what he brought into the Olympia, but just better condition. You got to remember there hasn't been a lot of time between the Olympia and the Arnold. He never got out of shape before. Put it this way, you stayed in good condition for the most part until the time he decided he's going to do the Arnold and started his prep. So I think we're going to end up seeing a similar package to the Olympia, but much better condition. He's a third in the world, 3 places higher than the next competitor that's in the Arnold, Samson Dowder, who placed 6th. Although you could argue that he could have been 4th. That's another story. Now, as far as the rest of the lineup, keep in mind this is not going to be a prediction video. I'm just going to look into the upcoming show. Sean Clarita, who I praised him so much, and I truly think that if you take Sean Clarita, blow him up to a 5'8" frame, and the rest of his body proportionately bigger, there's very few people out there, I think, that could beat him. He's that good. Unfortunately, there's a freak in the show who brings conditioning, and he's ranked 3rd in the world. I think Sean Clarita can place as high as 2nd. I don't think that's an impossibility, but not going to be Nick Walker. Now you got likes of Andrew Jack and Samson Dowder, who are big men, a big structure. Both step on stage, stage weight in the 290s. They both have a lot of potential. There's more hype around Andrew Jack, but I personally think that Samson really has the most potential, at least the furthest along. Both of them need to work more in the conditioning and could use a little size, a little more size for their frame. I think they both could bring in better conditioning than they brought in the Olympia, but the other things they need to work on, there's not enough time to do it. They're not ready yet to push Nick Walker. I'm not saying it's not going to happen in the near future, and I actually have high expectations of Samson Dowder, but not yet. An unknown factor in this, and I don't think anybody's even talking about it, is Patrick Moore. I believe it was 2019 when he placed 10th in the Olympia. Great conditioning, great structure, and just a little small for his frame, needed more muscle on his frame. And back then, a lot of people were talking about him being the future of bodybuilding. Things didn't quite pan out well for him. We haven't seen him on the stage in a couple of years now, and we haven't seen any update pics. But someone like Patrick, if he brings in the added size that he needed, and he can bring in conditioning like he did in his 10th place finish at the Olympia, and if he doesn't lose his lines with added weight, he could throw a wrench at things, but it's an unknown factor still. There is one person in the lineup. Oh, let me not forget, Big Ramy. You know, a lot of people are expecting Ramy to make his comeback, his rebound. He's supposed to be undergoing stem cell replacement therapy, however it's worded. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know a lot about that, but I don't know how successful it will be, and even if it will be successful, is there enough time to fix the problems that he had that cost him the Olympia? And yes, conditioning was a problem. That could be fixed. But as I said over and over again, it was more than conditioning. I don't think it's going to happen. He placed 5th at the Olympia, and I can see him placing 5th or possibly lower at the Arnold. So he's not going to be a factor. One person that could beat Nick Walker or could give him a good run for the money under the right circumstances is William Bonac. Everybody's written off William Bonac already. He was a top 5 Olympian for numerous years in a row. 2nd place at the 2019 Olympia. An Arnold Classic winner. Last year at the Arnold Classic, when he lost to Brandon Curry, a lot of people would have had him ahead. he appeared to be coming back from a couple of not as impressive showings, and then he followed that up with a win at the Boston Pro, where he looked even better. Things didn't pan out at the Olympia, placed ninth. It was a mistiming. William Bonac is a very, very complete bodybuilder. 3D muscle. He's popping all over the place. One of the few people who could actually give Phil Heath a little bit of a run from the back. His back from top to bottom. But in order for that to happen, I think we would have to take the best William Bonac that we've seen to date and improve that a few percentages, and that William Bonac, if nothing else, would give Nick Walker a run for the money. Personally, I think that, and I'm a fan of William Bonac, I think he's on the latter side of his career. I'm not saying he's washed up yet, but I don't think we're going to see a William Bonac like the best William Bonac we've seen in the past. And the way I see it, will Nick Walker win the 2023 Arnold Classic? Unless something goes wrong at the last minute before he goes on stage, I don't see anyone that can beat Nick Walker in that lineup. And he's going to take that win and take that momentum and roll into the Olympia with as confident as he is, with even more confidence. I think, there are some people that think that one of the reasons why Derek Lunsford didn't jump into this Arnold, a damn big payday. And even if he didn't win, it would be just as much as his second place at this previous Olympia. Some people think that Derek has doubts in his mind that he could beat Nick again. And I got a feeling Nick senses that. And he's, like I said, he's going to go into this Arnold. He's going to dominate. He's going to take that momentum. And he's going to ride it into the 2023 Mr. Olympia. And that's about it for this video. If you agree or disagree with what I've said, let me know in the comment section. Like the video, thumbs up, share, subscribe, turn on those notifications. This is Michael Diamond, and I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.